One more thing. Price of the brick going up.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Why you looking so hard? You worried about the wrong play, man. Go look in the mirror. Dust. You on my page before you brush your teeth. You stuck in my ground while I'm in the streets. You worrying about my bag, worrying about my wins. You ain't worrying about your pockets looking paper thin. Look at you, man, mustard, can't be trusted. Hating on my shine cause your whole life busted. You could be doing so much if you looked at you, but you rather look at me. That's the bum in you. You complaining about the work that I got in the vault, but you ain't willing to undo it. That's your own damn fault. I'm not sorry, I don't care, I don't feel no pity. You a clown in the suburbs, I'm the man of the city. You looking through my window with a greedy eye, instead of in the mirror asking who am I. You a hater, you a watch, you a non-starter. While I'm climbing up the charts, yeah, I'm going harder. Stop looking through my window. Go look inside your mirror. You worry about my downfall, that's why your vision ain't clear. You're dusty. Stop looking through my window. Go look inside your mirror. You could be winning too, bro, winning too, but you rather be a failure. I don't feel you, I don't see you, I don't hear you. You just a gnat in my ear, I just brush you off. You just mad cause I'm the boss and you looking soft. You ain't willing to do the work that I've done. I was up at 4 a.m., you was having fun. I was 72 hours fasting, getting my mind right. You was on the timeline, starting up a new fight, but the fight ain't with me. Man, the fight is with yourself. You could have the same damn drive, you could have the wealth, but you rather be a critic, you rather be a troll. While I'm knocking down goals at the Super Bowl, I don't feel no pity, I don't feel remorse that you chose to stay with you while I'm a damn horse. This a race and you ain't even at the starting line. Too busy drawing pictures on my finish line. Stop looking through my window. Go look inside your mirror. You worried about my downfall, that's why your vision ain't clear. Stop looking through my window. Go look inside your mirror. You could be winning too, bro, winning too, but you rather be a failure. Let's get it. My focus is on growth, my focus is on winning. My focus is on the next chapter, just beginning. I'm too busy, man, my calendar is packed. I'm too busy building up, I'm too busy building stack. I'm coaching up the team, I'm on the match, I'm on the string. I'm building in the world, I'm living out the dream. And you are not a factor, you are not a threat. You were just a bad investment, you were bad bet. I'm not sorry for you, I'm not sorry for the facts that I'm out here running up the score to the max. I don't see you, you are invisible to me, cause I'm everything you're jealous of, scared of me. Real talk, if you took a little time and focus on your own success instead of on my damn downfall, you wouldn't be so dusty. Ha. Maybe you should try it if you wanna win, but you won't. Get a life, man. Stop watching mine. Go get some money.
Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas to everyone out there.
How dare we speak Merry Christmas?
I'm sorry. I just wanted to wish all my people a Merry Christmas. I'm sorry. Whew, we do not want to bring up the ghost of Christmas past, the ghost of Christmas could have been. So how is everyone doing? How is your Christmas going today? We are actually live. And I'm going to show you that we're live. What's good, Junior? Merry Christmas to you. How are you doing? How was your Christmas morning? We are here. Like I said, we do not take days off. We work and we work and we work, and we have a lot of damn fun doing it. We have an awesome show lined up. We're starting earlier because I was gonna do it later, but some plans came out. So you know what? We don't miss it. We're gonna get it done early. We're going to work on our Stream Deck plugin. We have some topics to discuss, mindset stuff, what's happening in Florida with an electrified highway. Yes, an electrified highway. Yes, we're gonna look into that. Elon Musk, jinxing Huang, their mindset, and the other one was the CEO of Goldman Sachs, what he looks for in employees. All of that today on this episode of Software Explorations, Building in Public. All right, so let me take care of a little bit of housekeeping real quick. So first and foremost, like I said earlier, Merry Christmas. Thank you so much for tuning in on the Tech Coach Ralph channel on this Christmas day. You could have been anywhere, but you want to get a little bit of working with me. And that's what I do. I work. I was hanging out with the family earlier today, going to hang out with the family later today, but we still need that time to get that work in. As Junior says, just another beautiful day. That's what I am talking about. So, housekeeping. Merry Christmas. Thank you to all of the subscribers to the channel, those who have been with me, rocking with me for the entire year, those who are brand new, those who have been with me for multiple years, every single last one of you. I just want to let you know that I appreciate you. I appreciate you. We're not going to talk about that, Junior. We're not going to talk about that right now, but we are going to talk about that. I was duped last night. I was bamboozled. I was catfished. Yep. They got me good. They got me good. We're going to talk about that in just a minute, right? Shout out to my tech barbarians, my technical explorers, every last one of you. I was actually recording some more videos last night because we're going to be getting some newer videos as well. I have a Patreon video of a plugin of Chrome that I've used mixed with the Gemini and how I put them together to make my browsing experience better, to make my content creation experience better. I'm gonna you're gonna see a little preview of that today, but we over at techcoach.dev, we work very, very hard, always strategizing, always planning, always collaborating, sharing ideas. Like, oh, hey, have you seen this? Have you seen that? Give it a try. That's what we do on our Vibe Coding shows. I also coach people one-on-one to help them level up in the tech game, mindset, strategy, all of that good stuff. So shout out to all of my tech barbarians, my technical explorers. We are the very, very best. We the best. And my tech mercenaries, they are the YouTube channel members who allow me to make this show go across the entire world. And soon, we're going to be streaming to the Space Center and eventually to Mars. Because guess what? Everybody needs this tech game. All right. Real quick announcements. Tomorrow we're going to be premiering the Bug Bite. We're going to be talking about ChatGPT and how nefarious actors are using ChatGPT to install malware on yours and my computer. Yes, shocking indeed. Totally shocking. I gasped as well when I read it. We are going to be reviewing that together so that you can protect yourself. Also, if you didn't, because between Christmas Eve, you're doing your last minute shopping, and you're getting ready for Christmas. Maybe you have kids and you're preparing them, wrapping some last minute gifts, who knows? So you might have missed one of the best videos where cybersecurity and AI come together for the AI security engineer role. I released that yesterday, premiered yesterday. You definitely want to check that out. Super important. I am working on putting together the roadmap and provide you the slides at techcoach.dev. so that you can have a comprehensive plan on what you need to do to get started. Or if you're already in cybersecurity, but you want to get more into AI, this is the role for you. I highlight that all in the video yesterday, so you definitely want to check that out. All right. Other thing, we're not having a vibe coding show this coming Saturday. No vibe coding show this coming Saturday, right? Because it's busy time. You know, I would do it, but it's so busy. People have things to do. We're going to reconvene our vibe coding show back in January. All right, back in January, vibe coding show. We have Sunday. We're going to be going live though. We're going to continue working on our speech coaching app. We are making so much amazing progress. I am so excited to, and I think we're putting on the finishing touches. We are going to start packaging it up, or run our test and start packaging it up for our iOS and our Android App Store deployment. And I am getting one of my QA engineers to start testing that as well, so that they can also build experience. I'm going to tell you guys this, right? One of the hardest things to do in the world is to, I need a drum roll for this, right? You might not believe this, but one of the hardest things to do in this world, let me know, Junior, let me know if you agree or disagree with this. Whoever is watching, let me know if you agree or disagree. One of the hardest things to do in the world is help other people. And this is why I believe that even when someone wants to do something nice for somebody, they either say, no, I'm not doing it, or they charge, even if it's a small fee, because here's a story, right? I will try to find people who are building an app or something like that, and they need some type of, you know, they don't have any testing. I'm like, you know what? Let me put one of the people that I'm coaching. So that means you technically get me, who's testing this for you, someone who's been doing this for 15 years, but I'm doing it through proxy so I can help people. And I'm like, so that way they get experience, you get testing, and people always fumble that opportunity. You are getting like $100 an hour worth of effort for nothing. So I'm like, and they just waste it. They waste it. I'm like, all right, cool. You know what? No more help. So what I have to do is I have to take on my applications, and I have to delegate those testing and those building and things like that, so I can train my people while I could help you while I'm helping them. But nope, you want to fumble. It is what it is. So now I'm like, all right, cool. I will build more applications, and I will put my people on them so that they can build the experience that they need inside of this tech space. That's what I got to do. That's what I got to do. All right. But helping people is hard in my humble opinion. Okay. So I'm working on that, helping people get acclimated into the tech space. That is my goal. That is my desire. That's what I've been doing for the past ever, but expanded it out to other people over the past 3 years, and it's been going pretty good. Love to see my people grow. All right. So Sunday, speech app, and we'll go from there, right? Remember, there is no vibe code and chill this coming Saturday. Also, one last thing. For Christmas, I made available I gave out 3 months of access to techcoachop.dev. So I'm going to drop the link in the chat for you in case you want to join us for our vibe coding chills and all of that good stuff. The link is in the chat. You get 3 months access on me, on yours truly, Tech Coach Ralph. All right. Those are all of our, oh yeah, one more thing. Purpose album on all streaming platforms. I got some amazing feedback from it yesterday from my guy, Junior Largy, saying that he is not a hip hop person. He is not a rap person, but he was halfway through the Purpose album and it was magnificent. I was like, thank you so much, Junior. Thank you so much. And Junior he saw the behind the scenes of how I put it together, because when we created a Rod Brown song that he didn't appreciate at first until he requested we made some changes, you know, but then he doesn't even show up for his own live stream yesterday. I don't even know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Anyways. That's that. All right, let me check the chat, and then I want to jump into an icebreaker, because I think this is the Christmas present that people should have been begging Santa for. After you check the chat, I'm going to share with you what I believe the real Christmas present that people should have been begging Santa for, right? So let's go to the chat. Let's see what we got going on. I got my guy always hanging out with me, Junior Large. He says, what's up, family? Shout out to my guy. And Junior says, just another beautiful day in the United States of America. I wholeheartedly agree with that. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
And it says, actually live, unlike the beloved brother Rod Brown. I told you guys earlier, I was duped. I was bamboozled. I was led astray. I was told, it said there's a live, it didn't say premiere. It said there is a live stream coming up at 8 o'clock. I was like, 8 o'clock? We starting an hour early? I was like, okay, cool. Have nothing to do while I'm working, while I'm editing, while, you know, hanging out. I have my Wednesday night special happening. And then the video starts. And it's like, there's no intro song, there's no countdown, nothing. Just like, hey, just want to say Merry Christmas and have a great time, and remember the reason for the season. But guess what? I'm not actually here. I'm just making live a pre-recorded video.
Bruh.
It's all because he did not want to read the King James version last night. That's what it was. He was like, you know what? I'm gonna do this to spite Junior, because I know that Junior's expecting the King James version on Christmas Eve, and no.
Do not come.
See, what I really feel what Rod Brown told us was,
How dare we speak Merry Christmas?
That's what I feel. Because I was like, I was about to have a Merry Christmas Eve, and then that's what he delivered. I was like,
how dare you?
I was clutching my pearls. Anyways, we love Rod Brown. We love Rod Brown. So to my question about helping people is the toughest thing to do, Junior says yes and no. It's very draining when you realize they're not as committed as you, but if they pay, that removes the nonsense. You get people who are really dedicated when they pay. That is true. But you know what? I'm gonna take a step back on that. That is semi-true, because I'll tell you this. There have been people who paid me to help them, right? And then it's like they show up far and few between. However the saying goes, right? Far and few between, is that what it goes? Whatever. But it's like they'll have coaching sessions, and I say, all right, book your session. And then they'll go 2 months without booking one. I'm like, what are we doing here? But for me, I'm like,
More money.
right? And like, if you want to pay me, I'll take it. But come on, at least. Like, and I honestly though, I don't like that. If you are paying me for a service, I want to deliver, and I want you to win. And a lot of people have very, very slow growth, slow process. Like they're not getting results because they're not doing what they're supposed to do, what I'm telling them to do. Or some people, they will do the parts that they like of what I'm telling them to do, and then they will reject or stray away from the parts that I'm telling them to do. And I'm like, and that's like paid and unpaid people. You know, it's gonna lead us to our icebreaker. It's gonna lead to our icebreaker, right? Junior says, I finished it. It's a solid album. Thank you so much, Junior.
I appreciate you.
That means a lot. Says that is. I just couldn't believe it. I could not believe what was happening last night. I was shocked. Honestly, I was like this when I saw that. It says you didn't charge them. Apparently not. I'm out here trying to help people, trying to make it affordable, and they're like, you know what? This is too cheap. I am just going to, you know what? You know what, Junior? We're Marlo, help me out, Marlo. Help me out.
One more thing. Price of the brick going up.
The price of the brick has to go up in 2026. Maybe I should ask, if I 2x my fees, will you be more dedicated? I don't know. We'll find out. We shall find out. All right. Okay. So icebreaker really quick. I think that the best Christmas gift for most people, if not all people, is mindset and strategy. Mindset and strategy. I think that would be, why do I say that? So I have 2 posts. One is on X and one is on LinkedIn, right? And we're gonna see a tale of two. You guys know the story by the book by Charles Dickens, A Tale of Two Cities. We're gonna have a tale of two mindsets, right? The LinkedIn one, I blurred out all the information. The X one, I don't care about who that person is. I don't know who that is on X. I don't care about them, so no need to blur them out, right? But let's go ahead and do this, right? The best Christmas gift is mindset and strategy. So let's start off with this one, right? So this person writes, working on Christmas isn't an edge. It's a sign that you're broke. What? Well, guess what? I'm broke. You know why? You want to know why I'm broke? Because being broke keeps me hungry, keeps me focused, keeps me wanting to achieve more. So if by me streaming here on Christmas, if by me working on my plugins, if by me posting a video, whatever that I do is, and honestly though, for me, secret, I don't really feel like I'm working. All right, the only time I feel like I'm working is when I'm editing video, because God, I hate with a passion to edit video. I hate it so much, but it's part of the game. It is part of the game. But working on Christmas Day isn't an edge. It's a sign that you're broke. Christmas Day is one day out of 365 days, right? Like Junior said, just another day. Imagine not having the freedom to rest on a day even 9 to 5 workers get off. I'm not I am a 9 to 5 worker, but I'm not working my 9 to 5 today. But I'm a 24 hour, I'm a 365. I'm a 24/7, 365 dayer, right? Always working, always focused. There are times that you will carve out to do other stuff, but focus and purpose and dedication, that's how I see it. That is my focus. That is my mission. All right. It says, close your laptops. No. Spend time with your family. Yes. But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Out of 24 hours in a day, if you spend 24 of those 24 hours staring at your family, they're going to get sick and tired of you. They will get sick and tired of you. Your family doesn't like unproductivity. So go be productive. That is how I see it. They will appreciate you more when you are when you take time out of your busy schedule to spend with them, instead of, let me just sit up under you all day, all night, and they're like, don't you got something to do? You're starting to smell. Just saying. True story. Don't you have something better to do? Is what you're gonna hear when you spend too much time with anybody. Go make yourself useful. Go make yourself useful. All right. So that is the first tale, right? I don't take, if you want to do nothing, then okay, do nothing. If you want to be productive, then be productive, but don't let anybody make you feel any type of way because you are working or you're not working. It's not on them. And guess what? If you're hungry, have the broke mindset. Hustle, win, be successful. It's not about, oh, people 9 to 5 are, you know what? Maybe those 9 to 5ers should be working, because let's go into this, right? if you were in this person's situation, you probably would be begging for a 9 to 5 or to be working on Christmas Day. So, and I have some other commentary on this too, right? It's disheartening. And as you can see, this is blurred out because, and that's part of the that's gonna be part of the Patreon video that I drop, showing how I used a couple of different tools in Gemini to customize my LinkedIn experience so I don't expose people's name and stuff like that. So it's disheartening to witness so many individuals on LinkedIn struggling to find work month after month. This situation is unprecedented. Was this person around in 2009? 2008, 2009? There were no jobs whatsoever. It says, I've been out of work since early September, bringing 30 years of experience, including 28 years in leadership roles. My career has been centered around contact centers, healthcare, account management, and employee engagement. I'll tell you this though. And I have another video that I'm going to be releasing that similar to this sentiment, but 30 years of experience doesn't necessarily mean much if your experience isn't relevant to what's going on today. In your 30 years of experience, especially if you're working at some dinosaur company where like things never change, then it's inevitable that they would probably go out of business. So what are you doing to grow and to upskill? How are you transitioning? And one of the things that I always wonder is when these people are talking about, oh, like I can't find a job, basically complaining on LinkedIn and stuff, or on TikTok or whatever, why aren't you sharing what you're doing to grow? I went and looked at this person's profile, and they don't say anything that they've been doing during their downtime, during their quote unquote, like if you look at sports, right? During their off season. What are you doing during the off season so that you can get skills, like the job that you're applying for? It's not exactly like the job that you had before. So what are you doing? Are you posting content that's going to be helping you? Right? It says, I pride myself in strong work ethic, can't see that. Servant leadership, can't see that. And integrity as my core value, can't see that. So you pride yourself in stuff that nobody can really see. So you don't have a selling point to the recruiters and the hiring managers. But I'll say this, for that person for the ex post who said, oh, 9 to 5ers don't have a job. I bet you this person would be dying to work on Christmas Day if they had to, because they really they're looking for a job. Despite holding a BS in psychology, I have not received a single interview. Over 400 applications submitted with no response. See, and this, I have a problem with this, right? Is the problem that 400 applications, no response? The problem that I have with that is, if you keep applying and applying and applying and you're not getting any responses, what adjustments are you making? See, many people, they go to the apply and pray, apply and pray, apply and pray. Are you not, like, what adjustments do you make from your lack of results? And since when was a bachelor's in psychology something that guarantees you a job? I never knew that it was. And this goes to show you. Also, I wonder if this is a bachelor's in psychology from 30 years ago, or if it's like sometime in the last 5-10 years. So it's all about, okay, how are you staying up to date with what the market is demanding? That is what so many people lack, is how do they stay up to date with what the market is demanding, right? I have depleted most of my savings and I'm approaching bankruptcy with unemployment benefits running out soon. I have always been dedicated to my work and generally enjoy it. All I need is a chance. See, and that's the part that all I need is a chance mentality is companies are not there to give anybody a chance. They're there to make money, to grow, to win. So, and guess what? Imagine if what about all the other people who all they need is a chance as well? Why should a company give you a chance over somebody else? It's about, okay, what are you doing? How are you going out of your way? So here's a question, which I have no idea who this person is, so I can't ask them directly, but here's the question. Are you putting yourself in the position to meet people, to network with people, are you communicating your skills, how you've upskilled, what you have done since you left your last role, your last position, to grow, to migrate? What do the companies who are hiring, the jobs that you're applying for, what do they need? Are you studying those job postings? Like, what am I missing? Did you upload your resume to Resume Flow? Because it will look at the job that you're applying for, and it'll say, oh, okay, you're lacking this, you're lacking that. Oh, the ATS does not like your resume. So many things that we could do to work on ourselves, but would rather rat, beg for chances, say, oh, based on my credentials, I should have this. Based on my credentials, I deserve that. Nobody deserves anything but what they work for. You don't deserve it, you need to earn it. And I think that we need to get some mindset shift and a good strategy to land where we want to learn, right? To land where we want to land, all right? So that is the important part that we need to go after, right? Anyways, that's that. That is that. I'm going to check the chat and then we're going to get to work, right? I'm going to check the chat and then we're going to get to work. Let's see what we have. Oh my goodness. Could it be? Could it be? We have Brother Beloved in the building. Merry Christmas, Rod Brown.
How dare we speak Merry Christmas?
So basically, every time I say Merry Christmas,
how dare we speak Merry Christmas?
That's gonna happen, all right? Because Mamala does not like us to speak Merry Christmas, all right? Especially during this affordability crisis. Do not speak Merry Christmas.
How dare we speak Merry Christmas?
Sorry, all right? Junior's like, well, looky what we have here. This, by me thinking about my audience before I take flight to see family, so I pre-recorded a video because I care about y'all. Guess that's not enough. No. Let's set the record straight. You claimed that it was going to be live. It did not say premiere. Junior, did it say live or premiere last night? Did it say live or premiere? To me, I saw live. So I'm like, ooh, we're gonna go live on Christmas Eve. And Rod Brown, do not blame your family. Do not blame your family. All right, see? Blaming the family. No, we're not blaming family. You could have said premiere, but no, you said, you know what? A 15-minute live video. That is what we're that's what we're gonna do to Tech Coach Ralph and to Junior Largy. The audacity.
How dare you?
The audacity. That says, no, what's up, Oh my gosh, you bamboozled. He sure did. He sure did bamboozle us. I was working, but it still wasn't enough. I'm back to taking my 2 weeks off. It's not the same. We're spoiled now. We need a live show. And yes, they definitely need Resume Flow. We got my guy Magnetar in the building. Are you in Vegas this weekend, Magnetar? Are you in or maybe not? Yeah, are you in Vegas? My guy Magnetar with the come back with the Sith Coach Ralph.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
You see, look at that. See, I thought he was going live too. Glad I wasn't. See, thank you, Bert. See, we were all hoodwinked. They pulled the chair from up under us. That's what happened. But, Brother Rod Brown, beloved Brother Rod Brown, we still got your back. We still got your back, all right? We still got your back. Enjoy your time with your family. Tell your family that I said Merry Christmas, but Mamala says...
How dare we speak Merry Christmas?
It happens. All right, we're going to jump into our first segment of work for tonight, or for this afternoon, however you want to call it. Let me just check something real quick. All right. So let me see. It says, yes, I mean, I only live out here. Well, I don't know if you travel to see like during the holidays to see family or anything. Yeah, I didn't know if you're going to see family or something like that. So some people travel during the holidays, like the beloved brother Rod Brown. He's like, oh, I had to take a flight to see family. Okay. Tell us anything. All right, let's get to work. All right, so we put up 20 minutes.
It's time to do.
And we are over here. So here's what happened, right? What had happened was I was trying to not have to, I was trying to filter the audio through the Stream Deck specifically, but it was not working well. I thought I had it last Thursday, but it was not working. So I said, you know what? This is an OBS issue. This is a Mac issue. I am not going to blow all of my credits trying to force my Stream Deck plugin to play well, to play nicely with the Mac or with OBS. So I said, you know what? I'm just gonna share my my desktop audio. It ended up creating the audio helper, which it works sometimes it doesn't work. That's why previously when I would open OBS and you wouldn't hear the Stream Deck at times is because I had to resync it. Now that I'm just sharing desktop audio, I don't have that issue anymore. So I really don't think that I need the audio helper anymore. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have it remove it, to be honest. And then we're gonna start styling. So let me pull in the Stream Deck real quick. And you can see the timer happening right here. I'm going to say I decided to just use the desktop audio, as I think the issue is OBS and not the plugin picking up audio helper. It's better to just use desktop audio. We should be able to remove audio helper and anything related to it moving forward. I'm going to say that, right? And I'm going to say code. And let me show you one more thing that I added, right? So on the Stream Deck, let me go to over here, right? I basically said we have the countdown, but we can also have sounds as well. If I go to sound, this is similar to, so the reason I did that was I'm like, you know what? If we have the audio helper, it's going to go straight through, but which is not working. But it kind of mimics the play audio that we have over here, right? But all it does is it takes a file. It doesn't have this option, so it's probably not even needed then, like to use this. To be honest, it's probably not even needed. But I have to think about if I want to keep that in there, because we do have the basic play audio, where you have these different actions where you can say play overlap, play restart, loop, stop, with fading and stuff like that. So I have to think if we even need this one in there. One of the good things about having the one that I created as part of it is that I don't have to adjust the volume. It's gonna be whatever the volume is gonna be by default. So I'm still on the fence about that, but we're not gonna worry about that in particular today. I'm gonna leave it for now, and we're gonna focus on styling the numbers on the plugin, right? Rewrite audio service to use play sound instead of audio helper. Okay, we'll see if that works. So basically, after this sets back up, we're going to try another sound, make sure that it still plays, and if it does, then that will be good enough. I really wanted that audio helper to work, but the problem with that is it created this additional application that was running. It was just too much. And then this plugin might not even work on Windows because the way that Windows routes is different than the way that Mac works. So having a custom Swift audio helper just didn't make any much sense, right? Let's say prove that. So it's getting rid of the audio helper folder. Let me crack this open while I wait. All right, what file is this that it wants to delete? That's probably the audio helper package that it was creating for it to play from. Because what was supposed to happen was it was supposed to create audio helper, and when you choose on OBS, it would route it all the time to audio helper, but audio helper was not working, so it was just a mess. So let's see, and it was specific for Mac, right? So refactored audio helper.ts, replace your audio helper with the child process logic with play sound library to play audio files directly through the desktop audio, updated manifest. All right, so I am gonna go to Stream Deck. So we'll put it at 12 minutes, but we have about 13 minutes left. Let's go to let's say 12 minutes left. I'm gonna restart this. Quit Stream Deck. And I'm gonna put this for 12 minutes time, 12 times 60, 720. And let's do that. And let's see if this time. Ooh, I didn't hear any sound. Huh. I did not hear any sound. So let's say after starting a timer, I did not hear any sound coming from the Stream Deck at all. Let's get that working again. And then once the sound plays, we should be good to go and we can move on to something else. Because what I really want to do is get to styling these buttons. And let me pull up Gemini. Because in Gemini, it was helping us with how we would do that. Oh, it didn't do a build. That's probably why. Well, no, it should have. Oh, wait a second. I think I know why. Because it didn't do a build to rebuild the plugin without the audio helper. So although it removed the audio helper, it did not rebuild it to do it without it. So let's go to... Let me see. All right, rebuilt. Let's go ahead and stop it again. We're at let's say 10 minutes. Quit Stream Deck. Let's say 600. There we go.
Time to do.
There we go. Oh, nice. All right, so that's good. We don't need the additional helper plugin anymore. And now we can move on to styling our button. So let me check if we have anything about styling of the button in here. Let's see, checklist, tasks. Let's go look at our tasks. Initialize TypeScript, project. Let's do this real quick. Let's say ask, can you go through the task.md file and check off everything that has been completed already? Start in audio cues, audio milestone, audio cue. Some might have that already. Polish cross-cutting concerns. All right, so while it's doing that, I am going to, let's take a look at over here. Let me see. How can we build our own? I want to I thought I had it in here, how we could style the button. Specific, how to use a Canvas API, specifically the Canvas npm package in your Node.js. Okay, so let's say, how can we get cool designs for the countdown on the buttons? Let's see what we can get out of that. As you're building a rendering logic in Node, you have pixel perfect control over the 144 by 144. You aren't limited to standard text. Here are 3 cool design patterns you can implement, ranging from simple to advanced, along with how to describe them in kilo code. The progress ring, the Apple Watch style, instead of just numbers, draw a circle that unspools or changes colors as time runs down. This is great for a visual check without reading numbers. The logic, you draw a full circle track, then draw a colored arc on the top of, on the percentage of time remaining, the math. I do want the actual numbers though. Panic mode, the design changes based on urgency. Zone 1 safe, blue, zone 2 warning, yellow text, maybe a border appears. Zone 3 panic, last minute, red text, highlight, high contrast background, maybe the font pulses. The theme overlay, Tech Barbarian style, since you are Techotralf, you brand it. Background, load a static PNG image as the base, a dark metal structure of your logo faded out. Foreground, draw the countdown on top of with a drop shadow or glow effect. So let's try to do, we're going to try to do the progress ring, right? We'll do that. We'll try that one first. All right, so everything that was checked off, let's see. I've updated the specs 001 coach countdown plugin task to reflect the completed work. Let me see, visual cues. So write unit test isn't done yet, but basically almost everything else is done. So we are going to, we're going to do this. We're going to go to, let me see if I can find my Gemini CLI. Let's go over to here. CD WebStorm, and this project is Stream Deck. All right, and then we're gonna say ls specs. So we're gonna say Gemini. We are going to say specify. Let's see. I'm going to say I want to create a specs doc using spec kit to be able to choose the style of the countdown to use when we drag the countdown timer onto a button slot on the Stream Deck. I want to implement all three as an option to choose from, and I want the user to be able to choose from countdown, count up, or percentage to show as the remaining time. Can you provide me the prompt I could use to pass to spec kit to mine out the specs? Yeah, to mine out the specs. That way we can get it. So basically it's like Gemini talking to Gemini, but I want to get the wording right so that I can pass it to the actual specs and be created. It says, let's see. So new requirements. So let's say that. Let me see something. Here's a comprehensive prompt you can feed to SpecKit or Kilo, acting as the architect, to mine out the specific requirements in a structured specification. Let's see what happens if we just copy this whole thing right here. Never tried this part before. Let's copy that. Countdown displays, count up is like this, percentage like that. So if we were to go over to here, I think it's specify. Let me just double check. I can never remember exactly. I think it's specify. Okay, it's spec kit specify. Spec kit dot specify. Let's see if this is going to work. So it's speckit.specify or slash speckit.specify, and then I just put the whole prompt in from Gemini. to see when we come back from break, we will look at this. All right. So let's say yes. Yes. All right. Let's go to break. Let's go to break. And let me see if there's anything in the chat. And if not, then we will jump into our first topic of break for today. Let me see. Rod Brown was not impressed. He was not impressed by our commentary. What? I'm muted. How am I? Are you sure I'm muted? How am I muted? I can see myself talking. Are you sure, Junior? Hold on, let me see. Let me see. I see myself talking. Let me see. Self talking. I hear myself as well, Junior. I don't know, Junior. Check on your end, because double check on your end, Junior, because I just checked on my phone and I heard myself. So, and I can see the mic showing up on my OBS. So, all right, cool. Let's go over to our first topic of break for today. Is Goldman Sachs CEO. He would rather hire someone who is smart enough, and he prefers having experience over brains or intelligence, or however you want to word it, right? So let's go and check out this article brought to us by Yahoo Finance, originally on Fortune magazine, Fortune website. Let me zoom in a little bit. So Goldman Sachs CEO says he'd hire someone smart enough over the smartest person in the world because ultimately experience trumps brains. Do you guys remember the episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when Will was going on the game show and Jazz and what was his name? Tay, the other skinny tall one with the high top. They were trying to fight each other. So Will would pick one of them to go on the game show, and he ended up picking Carlton. He went with the brains over experience, and they're like, "Why'd you pick Carlton?" And he's like, "Well, watch this." He asked Carlton a question, boom. Asked Carlton another question, boom. Carlton was by far the smarter of the bunch, right? However, when it came to the game show, because Carlton was super duper smart, he would not actually answer the question. He would give you this long drawn out explanation. He would give you the context before the answer, causing them to keep getting it wrong. So let's see what the Goldman's, I don't know what that has to do with this, but let's see, right? It says, this article is written by Emma Burley. It says, it's easier to get into an Ivy League school than it is to land a job at a $268 billion banking giant Goldman Sachs. We read in our icebreaker how this person had they were so excited they had a bachelor's in psychology and they've been working for the past 30 years, but Goldman Sachs CEO is saying your little degrees are nice, but there is nothing like experience. But unlike the colleges, the business isn't chasing the most intelligent minds floating into its talent pools. David Solomon, the CEO of Goldman, says he is in the camp of smart enough. You have to be smart enough, but the smartest person in the world without a whole package of other things is not going to navigate Goldman Sachs well, not going to be successful in Goldman Sachs over the long run, Solomon revealed recently on Sequoia Capital's Long Strange Trip podcast. So basically, You can be a genius, but if you don't have the other components, the smarts, the business savviness, the street smarts, the ability to navigate, the ability to communicate, if you're just a pure out nerd without any communication skills, sorry, but where is it? Where are you?
Do not come.
Yep. The CEO said the most attractive. All right, there are a few key qualities Solomon looks for in new hires over educational pedigree. The CEO said the most attractive candidates are in touch with human elements like the ability to connect, to be personable, right? Be resilient and determined. They always need to be striving for excellence, and on top of everything else, should come to Goldman Sachs with a proven track record. Don't only talk about what you might be able to do, how smart you are, but what have you done? How is it relevant to what we're trying to do here? How do you fit in? Experience, Solomon said, is hugely underrated and a big differentiator for the firm. It's not impossible to do well without it. It says it's not impossible to do well without it, he added, but relying on book smart over real life expertise won't get one hired at the bank. And you can take that to the bank, he says. It says, you cannot teach experience. And that's why, like, so many people, they're all hung up on, oh, I want to get these certifications, I want to get this degree, all this type of stuff. I'm like, all right, good, you got your certification, you got your degrees, all that, but what is the practical application that you're using? Like, how are you putting what you're learning into practice? And that's why when I work with my tech barbarians, we have to work on something. I have to be able to see where you're struggling, how to maneuver, how to pivot, because if we're just talking, we're not getting anything done. So that's why I'm always focused on, all right, let's do something, let's build this, let's build that. Where are your struggles? On Christmas Day, Merry Christmas.
How dare we speak Merry Christmas?
I'm sorry. On Christmas Day, one of my tech barbarians, they sent me a message and they said, oh, I found out why I wasn't able to install the software. Now it's working and everything is working perfect. I'm like, good. When we had our last meeting, I was like, stop just writing test cases, start actually using the application so you can get a feel for it. You can start contributing ideas and say, oh, I don't like this. This might be a bad user experience. You have to work. You have to work. And that's how you build knowledge and experience in that given field. People get so upset when people say, well, the academics, they haven't really, quote unquote, done anything. Have you ever heard the saying? Have you ever heard the saying? Those who can do, and those who can't, what do those who can't, what do they do? What do they do? They teach. It's a saying. It is a saying. I didn't make it up myself. And then there's like this, like, where are your results? Where are your results? Or where are the results of those that you teach? Maybe you can teach people to do really, really well, but you can't do it yourself. Are you really that effective? I don't know. Experience matters in these big organizations, and when it matters, it doesn't matter when things are going well. Wait, you can't teach experience, Solomon explained. Experience matters in these big organizations, and when it matters, it doesn't matter when things are going well. I don't understand what that. I don't get it. It matters when the bump comes. You've got to make difficult judgments. CEOs aren't always going for the brightest Ivy League grads. A lot of times they are difficult to deal with as well. Solomon isn't the only CEO choosing life skills over intellectual excellence. Even the CEO of LinkedIn, Ryan Roslansky, has cautioned that instead of chasing candidates with Ivy League backgrounds, hiring managers today will be on the hunt for AI savvy talent. I keep telling you guys, you need to get in your AI bag. Those Ivy Leaguers, they're gonna be upset. They're gonna hate you. Like, why is this community college grad getting the job and I'm not getting it? Well, maybe that community college graduate has a massive portfolio, has massive projects and they've shipped stuff. They're building stuff. They're sharing. They're personable. And maybe, and this is with all due respect, maybe Mr. Ivy League graduate, you think you know everything and you're a jerk, possibly. Maybe you're difficult to deal with. I think the mindset shift is probably the most exciting thing because my guess is that the future of work belongs not anymore to the people that have the fanciest degrees or went to the best colleges, Ross Lansky said during a recent fireside chat. Even Berkshire Hathaway's Warren Buffett looks past Ivy League degrees when it comes to hiring. The hedge fund mogul worth $149 billion doesn't care if his employees went to Stanford or to Princeton or any college at all. These are billionaires telling you what they're looking for. And this is the thing, right? We want to do it our own way. We want to do our own thing. When the billionaires are saying, you guys getting into this 100,000 of student loan debt, we're not even checking for that. We're not even checking for you. Is what you're learning relevant? Can you make it, can you build experience off of it? Can you make it relatable? So your $100,000 degree probably doesn't mean much. It doesn't mean much. It's not worth the paper that the diploma is printed on. While discussing Berkshire Hathaway's 2005 acquisition of Forest River, an RV manufacturer led by Pete Ligel, he said no competitor came close to his performance despite Ligel not hailing from an incredibly prestigious university. Buffett also pointed to Microsoft entrepreneur Bill Gates, who achieved $1 billion success without a college diploma. I'm telling you, it is a true thing when they say that the A and B students work for the C students. It's a true thing. Some people get butthurt about it though, like, why are you making fun of intellectuals and stuff like that? Well, what are the results of those quote unquote intellectuals? What does it mean to be, what does it mean to be intellectual? What does that even mean? Does that mean that what you paid $100,000 for a degree? Should we be judged on our degrees or should we be judged on our results? That's the question. Should we be judged on our degrees or should we be judged on our results? If you paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to get educated, but you can't really do anything but pontificate. Ooh, that was a big word. My God. That was a big word. I might be considered an intellectual now. Does me saying pontificate make me an intellectual? No more than Stephen A? Gotcha. All right, fair enough. No more than Stephen A. I got you, no worries. I will not be hurt about that. I will not be hurt about that.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
It happens. It says, of course, there are great managers who attended the most famous schools, but there are plenty such as Pete Ligel, who may have benefited by attending a less prestigious university or institution, or even not bothering to finish school. Even elite college degrees, once the benchmark of intelligence, have fallen flat, according to the business leaders. The iconic Harvard University dropout himself, Meta's Mark Zuckerberg, said that colleges aren't skilling graduates for the jobs that they need. The Facebook creator cautioned that the tide is changing as people figure out whether pursuing a degree makes sense anymore, especially as employers hunt for new talent skills. I was joking in a Discord the other day saying that the new college degree is going to be vibe engineering. Vibe engineering, that's going to be, that's next up. That is next up. There's going to have to be a reckoning, Zuckerberg said on the This Past Weekend podcast in April. People are going to have to figure out whether that makes sense. It's sort of been this taboo thing to say, maybe not everyone needs to go to college. And because there's a lot of jobs that don't require that, people are probably coming around to that opinion a little more than maybe like 10 years ago. And if you start to, as I said in Icebreaker, strategy and mindset. If you want to go to college, great. What are you going for? What is the end goal? If we can start thinking about the end goal and work our way backwards. So when I'm coaching people, I'm sorry, where do you want to be in 5 years? Where do you want to be in 10 years? Okay, what do you need to do to get where do you need to be in 5 years to get there in 10 years? Where do you need to be in 2 years to get there in 5 years, and work your way back? So if you say, I want to do this, and you're like, well, I don't need to go to Harvard to do this. I can go to, let's say, community college and pay this much money, and then I can transfer to a state college that is local to where I live and pay a little bit more, and I get my degree for like $4,000 for all 4 years, $4,000. I don't have to pay to live on campus. Because, okay, what sense does this make, right? Some colleges, they say that you cannot live off campus your first year, even if you are from the local area. So you have to be on campus, and to live on campus is like $20,000. Where does someone who's not working get $20,000 to live on campus? That makes no sense. So we're not strategic with our education, with our career path. We're not strategic with any of that. And these millionaires and the billionaires, they're telling you, stop wasting your time and your money. They're not saying that college is a waste, but they're saying the way you're going about college, the way you're going about getting educated, the lack of experience that you're trying to obtain, just trying to do some stupid GitHub projects that nobody cares about, that is not going to lead you to their company. They want to hire you, but you have to be qualified. And doesn't mean that getting educated at Harvard or Stanford or MIT is what qualifies you. No. It's how you put the full package together. And that's what they're telling you. You need to have the right, full, correct package. All right? So you heard it from the billionaire and the millionaire horse's mouth themselves. Warren Buffett, Mark Zuckerberg, CEO of Goldman Sachs. It's not about how smart you are. It's about how experienced you are in communication, in networking, in strategy. All of those things come together. You have to put it together. The full package. The full package. All right? That is my message to you. All right, let me see anything else in the chat. Let me see. Let's see. Is Junior back? Is Junior back? Junior says, maybe it's me. Let me go out, come back in. I hear you. Okay, cool. That was, so Junior is good. Junior is good. All right. And Magnus says, I know the episode. Yep. The Fresh Prince episode, right? He picked Carlton. Says, Will took Carlton. Yep. Will says, what was the famous line? What? No, not Jazz. I know Jazz. Ty. Yeah, Ty. Jazz and Ty. All right. Because I know Jazz. DJ Jazzy Jeff. What was the famous line or the hilarious line that Will used to justify him backstabbing his friends? What was the famous line he used to backstab his friends? Jazz is his name. It was Jazz and Ty. His experience definitely takes you a long way. Military is one place to start for experience. That's a fact. His Air Forces has IT jobs, as is the Army. Yeah, they do. That is very true. That is very true. All you need to do is score high enough on the ASVAB and boom, you're in. I learned about the ASVAB from David Goggins because I listened to both of his books, and he's talking about his struggles with reading and learning and how he used to cheat his butt off in high school and everything like that. And how he had to pass the ASVAB, and he passed it by like less than 1 point over passing score. And he begged the person who was coordinating the test to give him like, did I pass? Did I pass? And he's like, I don't need you to give me the number. Just tell me a yes or no. Says, get all of that work experience as a young trooper and then start supervising it when you hit a certain rank. That is great advice. That is great advice, because now building that experience, and you have the discipline from the military, you can take that into other spaces, right? And then you still need to like get the necessary skills for those other places that you might be going to, whether it's in the government, whether it's in the private sector. You need to upskill to meet whatever demand that they have, but you have that experience, that background. They know you have work ethic, you have discipline, dedication, all of that. Let's see, facts and code. So the famous line that Will said to his friends when he was like, do I turn on my friends? Do I turn on my friends to get this convertible? Do I backstab him? He says, well, the wind in my eyes will dry my tears. I love that. That was a hilarious episode. That was hilarious. I actually bought a ASVAB book for dummies and my score went way up, all the way up. All right, we are going to get into our next working segment. Let's go over to...
Let's go! Let's go!
All right, so we are... all right, so it was doing something. It says allow execution for create new feature. Let's say yes. Hopefully it's putting it in the right spot. Oh, wait, what? Why is that also a 001? Should have been a 002. Anyways. Oh, am I? I am sure. Cool. Let's go to too many things up. All right, let's go here. It says write files. I'm writing the specs MD using the template in the user's request. Let's say yes. Define. Why did it do that one at 001? I guess I can always rename it. Write file. Yes. I've created the 001 timer visuals, generated the specs. The specification is complete, covering all user requests and passing validation. I wanted to see, how do we use the plan? All right. So we got that. I'm gonna rename this eventually, but we're gonna say /spec kit plan execute the implementation planning workflow. I'm gonna go to Gemini. What should I use for the spec kit plan to map? Let's go with that. What should I use for the plan? Spec kit. I like if you're in tech, if you're a builder, you should definitely try spec kit if you haven't done so already. It will be paramount to your workflow. Let's just create ourselves. So let's say, copy this. Once you have saved, tell Kilo I've updated the plan.md, read it and generate task file. Oh, let me do, let's go over here. So we can create our own plan. New file, plan.md. Paste that in there. And then we could say, generate an actionable dependency ordered, task. And we will say, double check the task. All right, so we just do task. So now it's going to generate the task files, or the task file is going to have all the stuff that we need to do to be able to generate that. Let's say yes. The script errored on duplicate specs directory. I'll create a task based on the existing spec outlining actionable task for LLM. Phase 1 will define let's see. Considering control. Now I'm up. What are you doing? Why are you updating code? I thought we were just. I didn't do implement. I'm confused. I am confused what's going on here. It's updating code. It wasn't supposed to update any code. I am super confused by what's happening here. What in the world is going on here? Well, let's let it do its thing. I'm just a little confused. We got to get better. We definitely have to get better at spec kit, because I was under the impression that the task file was just going to create the task and we would have to do implement to actually implement it. But if it works, then it works. Drawing service. Implementing rent. I don't know why it actually did the implementation, but we'll give it a try. Hopefully it doesn't mess everything up. But if it does mess it up, we can always take it into Kilo and have it fix it. It's not super worrisome, because right now it's just styling. The main functionality works. Just want it to look a little better. Let's see. Updating image generation. So basically what it's doing now is setting up the style that the button is going to show when you press it, but also setting up the options that you would have when you start to, like when you drag the button, the options of like, okay, what's the file that you want to use? What's the style that you want to use? Okay. NPM test. Our tests are passing, so that's good. Okay, building it. Okay, do get. All right. What did I was planning there. Okay. Okay. Thought you were done. I was doing unit tests. I think we should be able to restart. So we're at 10 minutes. All right, so let's close this out. Quit. Stream Deck. And, ooh, okay. Let's go to, something's not right. Let's go to 6 over here. And I am going to coach countdown. I don't have the ability to edit anything on there. So something's not right. All right, so good to know. Let me see if I put this on there. Good to know, right? Let's go to this thing done yet? All right, so it's done. All right, so let's say I implemented the tasks in the 001 timer. I'm going to rename it. Rename 002 to folder inspects. And now I can see the ring layout, but I don't have any options to configure the time, choose the style of button, or choose the audio file. Let's say debug. So basically, I didn't really want for the Gemini CLI to create it, so I'm not really sure why it did it. But either way, the functionality has been implemented, but something's not working. So I'm just gonna bring it into Kilo, so Kilo can figure out what's happening with it, and then we should be able to do it at that point. I really wonder why. I'm gonna ask why when I did spec kit task it wrote the code instead of just writing out the tasks. I thought spec kit implement was supposed to write the code for the feature. I'm confused about that. So now it's editing the HTML so that, is there a checklist here? No. So fix the inspector.html JSON. All right, so I've created the inspector.html file to fix the property inspector issues. Fix applies JSON syntax in HTML. Please reload the Stream Deck plugin or restart the Stream Deck software to see if the changes in the property inspector. All right, so let's say there's 5 minutes left now. Let's go to here, quit Stream Deck. Let's go here. I don't see it. Let's see if we do npm run build. Okay, so let's close that again. Stream Deck. I don't see anything. Let's try 6. Let's go to coach countdown. I don't have any options. JSON syntax and HTML. I still don't see any options to configure the countdown. All I have is a title field. Ooh, what's that? All I have is a title field. And I built the plugin, so it's not that. Maybe it didn't install it. Let's see what Gemini is saying right now. I have completed the user request. All my changes have been committed. I read that. That's excellent question. And your understanding of the process is correct. Typically, speckit.task is for generating the task list and speckit.implement is for writing the code. However, your initial request was so detailed and clear, including the required data structure, UI elements, and even pseudocode that I was able to proceed directly from generating the task to implementing without any further. Oh, I wish you would have let me know that. If you see both sections, the HTML is loading, but the JavaScript connected isn't firing. If you see the correct section, the issue was likely the initial display none not being toggled correctly. If you see nothing, there's a deeper issue with the inspector. All right, let's go to quit. Stream Deck. Let's go to here. I don't see, oh, there we go. There we go. Audio cues, mouse zone. All right, so let's go to, for this, let's do 5 minutes. Let's say 300 visuals. Ooh, I don't see a visual style or a time format. So this part is still there. Okay, so let's just put.
Let's go! Let's go!
Put 5 minutes left, but when I click on, all right, so I will say more fields are being displayed now, but when I click on visual style or time format drop downs, nothing is being displayed. The drop down is empty. Let's see. So now it has to populate the drop down so it can show, do we want the timer to be counting up, counting down, or a percentage? And do you want the circle thing? Do you want the logo? Can sometimes have issue parsing JSON and option attribute. I've replaced options with the standard HTML options. All right, so let's say there's 3 minutes left. We're gonna go to quit and Stream Deck. Let's say we go to 3 minutes. Let's say 180. Okay, there we go. Progress ring, panic mode. Count up. Let's say.
Let's go! Let's go!
Ooh, you see that? Do you see that? That's awesome. That is awesome. Counting up. And we have our panic mode. So that means once he gets to like a minute and a half, it should go to yellow. And then once it gets to like a minute left, it should go to red. All right, so we got that. Another thing that we wanted to do was to be able to have, instead of like just 50 seconds. Oh, the font. We should also be able to customize the font to be a more exciting font based on the fonts we have on our computer. And we should be able to choose the font color as well. Let's go ahead and do that one. And let's see in 10 seconds if it's going to turn to yellow. This is awesome because that way, like, let's say you have this one, right? You can see out of the side. Oh, look at that. It is yellow. Amazing. Let me go back into that one so you can see it. It's yellow. So let's see when it gets to 1 minute. If it's going to, or when it gets to 2 minutes, if it's going to turn to red. That is fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. All right, so 2 minutes is still yellow. So when does it turn to red? Let's take a look at our requirements. And that's the circular one. That's in one of these. Let's say build. Oh, okay. At 2 minutes and 30 seconds, that's when it turned to red. That is so cool. That is absolutely fascinating. All right, so what we'll do, we'll let it get to 3 minutes, and then we will try this real quick to see if we have the option to choose our fonts. So it says property inspector added font family dropdown with selection of standard fonts and a font color picker to the settings UI updated. All right, so drawings are all right. So let's say, being that we're on break, we are going to exit this and bring it back up. Let's say we go here, font family, boring fonts. So are you saying that it can't use the fonts that we have on our regular computer? Let's say we do. So I'm going to go to, let's say we do countdown. What is a theme overlay? Let's say leave this here, countdown, and we say, and then let's go to over here real quick and we'll say progress ring. Let's say we do 10 seconds, test. And we say font family. Let's go with this one, I guess. This red. And let me see if we have some sound. Let's try this one.
How dare we speak Merry Christmas?
Ooh, look at that. Ooh, it turns yellow. I'm not sure the font is working, But that's awesome. Interesting. All right, cool. With that being said, let's go to break. We'll come back and we'll see if we can get some more customized fonts in there. And then we'll go from there, right? We will go from there. So this is exciting. This is super exciting. This little plugin is coming along very, very well. All right. See if there's anything in the chat. And then we will get to our next break. Here says all 3 options for people to choose from: count up, count down, and percentage. Yes. So that way you can say, I want to see the timer counting down from, let's say, 10 minutes or 20 minutes or whatever. Or you can say, I want it to count up from 0 to 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever. Or I haven't tried the percentage out one, out yet, but it should be like there's 100% left, there's 50% left, there's 25% left, etc. So that's the idea. I do want to get like custom font in there to see if we can do that. We'll see, because I see the option for the fonts, but I don't really know if these fonts are taking place. And I guess the option to use the local fonts on the computer isn't working, so we'll see. But it's break time. It is break time. And in our next break, Florida first electrified highway that charges. Yes, they charge EV vehicles. I guess EV vehicle doesn't make sense. Electric vehicles. Yes, they charge EVs. They charge EVs. Let's jump into this story to find out what are these. What is this Florida electrified highway? And I'll tell you this, if it's using solar power, we have a lot of solar power down here. Let's watch together.
Well, only Channel 9 is showing you something that's happening, coming out of the ground, one of the largest transportation projects in Central Florida, and they're making some good progress.
They are indeed, and this is a great view of the State Road 516 Lake Orange Expressway, really starting to take shape in West.
516 Expressway? I can't say I'm familiar with the 516 Expressway in Orlando. I'm familiar with the 416. I'm familiar with the State Road 50. I'm familiar with what's that other highway? I think there's a 408 in Orlando. But 516, where does 516 go in Orlando? I'll check it out after.
Orange County and Lake counties. Channel 9 anchor Alexa Lorenzo shows us the progress on the highway and the interesting features that are going to come with this new roadway.
What was once open land is now one of Central Florida's most ambitious road projects. This is State Road 516, the Lake Orange Expressway, connecting State Road 429 to US 27.
Sometime very soon, you're going to have really increased.
I know 429. I don't know 427, though.
Mobility and connectivity between West Orange and Lake counties.
Only Channel 9 was invited to see the work so far. About a year and a half into construction, crews have made tremendous progress.
There's over 100 individuals working on site, and you can see they're all working. They're moving heavy machinery.
Central Florida Expressway Authority's Brian Hutchings took us to the first phase of the project, the State Road 429 interchange. Crews are getting bridges ready for placement, building walls, and adding lanes to the 429. So far, they've placed 1 million cubic yards of embankment.
We're looking at potentially opening this up in 27, like mid-27, and that will actually help improve some little local conditions.
And that includes Schofield Road. Orange County traffic data shows daily traffic increased more than 67% from 2023 to 2024, showing the need for another route.
It's massive. It's one of the fastest growing areas, not just in Central Florida, but all of Florida.
Come the new year, the 4.5-mile corridor will all be under construction. Crews will start the segment between Cook Road to the Orange Lake County line in April. Then come June, work starts for the final segment.
If you have never been to Orlando traffic, especially on the I-4, is an absolute nightmare. It is a nightmare in Orlando on the I-4. So this might be very, very well needed and welcomed.
Cook Road to US 27. This stretch will feature in-pavement electric vehicle charging.
It's a pilot project that we have that will have a fleet of equipped vehicles that will actually, when it's built, be able to charge on the move while they're driving over that section of the 516. It's going to be a complete game changer.
But there's still a ways to go before then. All construction is expected to be complete by 2029. In Orange County, I'm Alexa Lorenzo for Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
All right, thank you, Alexa. And take a look at this. They look like just old broken pipes, but they'll soon be transformed into a resource that will help local businesses along our coast. Orlando Utilities Commission donated the poles for a new artificial reef. They'll be placed about 15 miles east of Port Canaveral. Experts say marine life flourishes on the concrete, and with these structures, that will provide them with some, again, much-needed habitat. This will create a new fish habitat and expand fishing and diving opportunities. It doesn't look like much, but it won't hurt the environment, and in fact, it will help all of our fish.
Nice.
And fisher people.
Nice. There you go.
Fish are not people. Let's get that out of the way. Fish are not people. People are people. Fish are fish. All right, let's not do that. But cool that they're going to be helping the environment. But I'm trying to think, how does charging on the move work? Maybe if you're stuck in rush hour traffic and you're not really moving, that's going to help you charge your car. Let's go to our trusty Gemini. Let's go to Gemini. How does an electrified highway charge EVs on the move? Because that's kind of weird to me. Dynamic charging tech. Wireless charging. Are these cars gonna have a what's that thing they have on the are these gonna be MagSafe cars? Electrified highways known as dynamic charging roads allow electric vehicles, EVs, to charge their batteries while driving. This technology eliminates the need to stop at charging stations and could significantly reduce the size of batteries EVs need to carry. There are two primary methods used to achieve this: wireless inductive charging and wired conductive charging. Wireless charging inductive. This is the most futuristic method, similar to how a wireless phone charger works, but scaled up to... I was right. They're going to be MagSafe cars. These cars are going to be MagSafe, right? The road infrastructure copper coils are buried beneath the asphalt. These coils are connected to the electrical grid via the power management units installed on the road. Are tolls going to... All right, so if that's the case, will EVs have to pay more in tolls when driving on these roads? So like if you have an EV and you're driving on the electrified road, do you have to opt in? Do you have to pay a monthly fee that'll charge your car while driving? Because if you have a gas-powered car, you shouldn't have to pay the same amount of money as a EV-powered car, right? It says the vehicle tech. The EV is fitted with a receiver pad, the MagSafe charger, a flat coil on its undercarriage. How it works. Step-by-step detection. As the EV drives over a charging segment, sensors detect the authorized vehicle. Yeah, so you need to have a plan. You need to have a wireless charging plan with the road. Activation. The system powers only the specific coil directly underneath the car, usually in millisecond bursts. This ensures the road is safe for pedestrians. And while I was wondering, like, what happens if it rains? Like, could you get electrocuted by driving on this road in the rain? Magnetic resonance. The road coil generates a high-frequency alternating magnetic field. Energy transfer. This magnetic field induces an electric current in the vehicle's receiver pad across the air gap, about 8 to 10 inches. Conversion. An onboard converter changes this AC electricity into DC to charge the battery or power the electric motor directly. So it can power the motor directly. Interesting. Status. Companies like Electrion have live pilots in Detroit, USA. I think Anton was talking about that, about the electric highway in Detroit, Italy, and France. Purdue University is also testing this for heavy-duty trucks. Interesting. Now, the wired charging. This method requires physical contact between the vehicle and the power source. It's generally more efficient than wireless, but requires visible hardware, of course. Like when I charge my phone with the wired cable, it's always faster than the wireless. However, similar to electric trains or trolley buses, overhead wires are strung above the rightmost lane of the highway. the vehicle. Trucks are equipped with a pantograph, an extendable arm on the roof mechanism. When the truck enters the electrified lane, sensors extend to pantograph to touch the wires, drawing power directly to the motor. If the truck changes lanes to overtake, the arm automatically retracts. The truck switches back to its internal battery. This one sounds strange. Best for heavy-duty semi-trucks or fixed cargo routes. I mean, yeah, for heavy, like things that would use a lot of batteries, it's probably better to have them hardwired. So they have this e-highways in Germany and Sweden. Okay, interesting. Ground level rails, how this works. Conductive rails or slots is embedded flush with the road surface. The vehicle, the EV uses a mechanical arm that drops down from the chassis to slide along the rail. Mechanism to prevent electrocution. The rail is divided into short segments. A segment is only energized when a vehicle is completely covering it. Best for commercial fleets, though it faces challenges in the snow, ice, and road debris clogging the rails. That's a good point. So it seems like the one that's going to be the most popular to go with is going to be the wireless charging one, the inductive one. That's what they're doing in Florida. Looks like that's what they have in Detroit as well, Detroit, Michigan. Let's see. Summary of differences. Feature: physical contact for wireless, none. Wired, yes. Pantograph and arm rail or rail arm. Visibility: invisible, buried. Visible wires or rails. Efficiency: 85% to 90%. Which, I mean, if you compare wireless, which is 85 to 90%, to the wired, which is 95 plus, this one is not that far off. Maintenance low, protected by asphalt. Higher, moving parts and weather. Yeah, this is not going to be it. Main use: passenger cars and city buses. This one is for long haul, heavy trucking. Why does it matter? If electrified highways become standard, range anxiety would disappear. That's a good point, because a lot of times people are like, you know what? I can't really take this EV on a road trip because the battery's going to die. But if the highways are electrified, you can go as far as you want. The sky is the limit, or I should say the road is the limit, right? More importantly, cars wouldn't need massive heavy batteries to travel 300 plus miles. They could have smaller batteries, enough for local travel, and simply refuel while driving on the interstate, making EVs lighter, cheaper, and more sustainable.
Flawless victory.
Well, there you have it. There you have it. I just learned about how the wireless road charging is going to work for these EV vehicles. Always good to learn more, right? All right, let's go and let's see if there's anything in the chat. If not, we're going to go back to our last working segment for tonight or this afternoon. Let's see what we got. Fish are people. These people are crazy. Just a little. Just a little. All right. Let's get to our last working segment for tonight. Let's do this together. I'm going to put this back to, so let's do this one as the 1200. And we're going to say, let's do, I don't know I can do the theme overlay yet. Let's do progress ring, countdown. Let's try Georgia, and we'll say orange. And we're gonna go with, let's go with that one.
It's time to do.
Okay, I see the font. I see the font right there. So it's using Georgia font, orange, and the time is, all right, cool. We are making progress over there. I'm going to ask, I see standard fonts, but not the fonts that are on my computer. Would I have to load the fonts that load the custom fonts that I want into the application to be able to choose those? to choose those. I want the Bangers font. And what is the name of that other font? It would be, go to, let me see, what is the name of that other font? Bangers font, Passion 1, Impact, Bebas New, and what is the last one that I want? Black Ops 1. Black Ops 1 font to choose from. Let's see if that is going to get us our custom fonts, or if we're going to need to, I don't know, do something else with it. But do you see how cool that is? Do you see how cool that is? One thing I noticed as well is after it reaches the end, it doesn't reset. So we want to get it to reset as well, but that's not that big of a deal. But like, you see how this one is stuck on 3? I would want it to reset to the default that it's supposed to be, like the starting state and not the end state. So if we have time, we'll get that one in there too. I'm prioritizing the web inspector update to immediately integrate the requested fonts into drop-down list, placing them with the user's focus. All right, they say that they've done it. Reload the plugin. Before I reload the plugin, let me see if it's just gonna show up. Oh, okay, it showed up, so we don't have to reset it. Let's go to Bangers. Let's say white. I'm gonna do it on this one actually. Let's go to here. Let's go to Bangers. And let's go to, ooh, look at that. Look at that. Is it counting down though? I don't know if it's counting down.
How dare we speak Merry Christmas?
There we go. There we go. That is so cool. I love it. I absolutely love it. I think it stopped my timer though. It stopped my timer though. Is that a problem? And then why did this one get, oh no, I know why that one got updated. So let me try something. Let's say we're at like 15 minutes left.
It's time to do.
If I do this one, is it going to stop? If I press another one, is it going to stop it? It does stop it. That's not good.
How dare we speak Merry Christmas?
Oh, okay. So that's a good catch. That is a good catch. So I'm going to do a new task. We should be able to run multiple timers at the same time. So I have a confession. I have a confession to make. These are my confessions. I just wrote out that I want to be able to run multiple timers at the same time because I'm not sure the right spelling of simultaneously, and I did not want to look like an idiot trying to spell it wrong. All right, so that's why I wrote out at the same time, because it's such a big word for such a small request. All right, These 3 words are shorter than the whole word simultaneously. We should be able to run multiple timers simultaneously. When I press a timer button now while another one is running, it stops the timer, the running timer, doesn't start the new one, and I have to press it again to start it. All right, so we're going to do that. Send that off. So once that's working, we should be able to do a twofer, have 2 different timers. I kind of thought we already had that working previously, but I could be off. It might have to run them on separate threads in order to keep one timer running while another one is also able to run, because it's probably having it run right now on the same thread, which would cause that issue. Refactor counter to you see there it goes, verifying the changes with a build or test. Refactor counter to use a map for managing multiple timer service instances. Analyze the current implementation of counter action. Makes sense. But I'll say this, we looked for an option about a month ago, and or maybe a little bit more than a month ago, maybe almost 2 months ago, and we could not find an option. So guess what? Oops, I built it myself. Oops, I built it myself. All right. It's the days of being limited to what they give you, it's over. Now, if we don't have what we want, we can just build it ourselves. And then we can say, all right, you know what? I'm going to put this on this store, make it available to other people. We were talking in a vibe code and chill the other day, and we said that, you know what? We can make 2 versions of the app. A paid version, which you're seeing all these features here, and a free version where just gives you the start, stop, and a basic look and feel. So you won't have all the additional widgets, make it look nice and stuff. It just be very, very basic for free. But for the paid version, you'll get all the beautiful, beautiful colors and fonts and everything like that in all its glory. All right, so that's built. Let's go over to, I might have to restart this time. So if we were to click on here.
It's time to do.
And we go to, all right, so let me restart. Quit Stream Deck. Stream Deck. I will put this at, I don't know, let's say we 15. Let's say we were to do 900 for 5 minutes left. Let's go here. And let's change that to a bangers font. And we were to do.
It's time to do.
All right. And now we go to 6 and we say.
How dare we speak Merry Christmas?
Nice. Nice. Can you? That is so awesome. It's work. Where's my? Give me a sec. Give me a second here. Yeah, doesn't work. All right. Cool. What is that one over there? All right, it's counting down, and we have. So that one worked. Okay, cool. So, with that being said. We have our timer, we have this, we have our font. I'm not sure yet. Say we go over here and we say theme overlay. I don't know what the theme overlay is supposed to do. Let's do, let me see, what do I want to do? Let me see if I go to audio cues, SPI heading. Where is the start sound? Where's the color defined for that? That one is not that. I can always do that one later. I would rather say, let's try this one real quick. Let's try the percentage real quick. Let's say percentage. Let's go with this one. Or let's go to this one. Panic mode. All right, let's try this one real quick.
How dare we speak Merry Christmas?
Nice. Oh, nice. I like that. I like that. All right, so we're gonna say the red on red is probably a problem. All right, cool. Let's say with let's do the reset. Let's say when we start a new task on this one. When a timer runs out, I want the timer to reset to its original state. Also, when I make a change in the configuration of the timer, the change is reflected when I start the timer. I want the change to be reflected on the button as soon as the change is made, so I can see how it will look when the timer is started. Let's see how it looks when the timer is started. Is there anything else I wanted to say about that? Guess that's everything. Yeah, that's everything. Read code to understand the current implementation of the timer logic and drawing. Implement logic to reset timer to original state when it runs out. Implement logic to update the button display immediately when timer configuration changes. Verify changes. All right, cool. So, and then the last thing that we'll do is, or two last things. I do want to change this audio cue, but it's not super important. I do want to be able to customize the time. So like not only where it's like 50% and 25%, but I can say play audio file at 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 8 minutes if I wanted to. So after this is done, then we will make sure that that part is working, and then we can, I'm gonna start writing my prompt at least. So I'll say, I want to have the ability to customize the audio cues instead of only being able to use at the 50% mark and the 25% mark. I want to specify custom times like 2 minute mark, 4 minute mark, etc. I should be able to click a button under a custom audio cue section where I specify the time for the cue and the audio sound for the cue. and I can pass in the seconds. To play. Could we have a second to minutes converter to show how many minutes it will be, or just have the ability to enter in minutes? And wait, no. Yeah, it's for seconds right now, right? Duration seconds. Enter minutes as the duration and not only seconds. Maybe we could do hours, minutes, seconds. This should be for the entire app, the entire plugin, and not just the audio cues section. Kind of like long-winded, but I think being limited to only putting seconds is going to be a bit confusing. So that's why I have it like that. I'm going to copy this out though, because I don't want to lose it in case I need to follow up. Where is my text mate? Refine implementation to handle setting changes during active timer. I know what that means. Not sure what that one means. Like so it's like if you're editing it, while refine implementation to handle setting. Oh, okay. So if the timer is active, so they're saying is you should be able to. We could be able to change it from a panic mode to a timer mode while there's an active timer happening. I didn't think about that, but that'd be pretty cool. I did not think about that, but that might be good. Let's see, 6 minutes left. You can see my my timer over here. Look at that beautiful timer right there. Look at that beautiful timer right there. I'm in love. I am in love with my timer. All right, but we're gonna lose it. We're gonna go to so we're building. We had, let's say 5 minutes left. All right, so what was done? Resetting the timer on expiry, added logic to the done event handle to automatically reset the button image to the initial state, full duration, real-time configuration update, implemented on did receive settings, added the setting cache. All right, so let's go to, so let's say 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes. So let's go to quit Stream Deck, quit Stream Deck. So if we go here and we say 4.5 minutes would be 270. Oh, look at that. It picked up right away. And we say, I'll leave that one. Let's leave everything else the way that it is. And we say start.
It's time to do.
I like it. I like it a lot. Let's go to over here and we say, I'm going to change the color to go blue. Yeah, blue doesn't work cool. Let's go to white. Let's just keep it white. And we say,
How dare we speak Merry Christmas?
Ooh, yeah, white does not work well on that one. Maybe it has to be black. Works well on the red though. And it resets, perfect. I'm gonna put this to like 20 seconds. And I am going to try it again.
How dare we speak Merry Christmas?
And we say, what if I change it in between? Ooh, it changes in between. I like that. It works on a running timer. That is cool. All right, so I'm gonna throw it. I have 3 minutes. I'm gonna throw in my last prompt. This is good. This works well. Let's go to one more. Customize the audio cues. We spoke about that in Vibe Code and Chill as a viable option. Let's go ahead and try to get that one in there. And then we can get out of here. It says, I want to switch to architect mode because I need to plan the data structure changes for custom audio cues and UI are currently implemented. All right. But yeah, this is amazing. This is so exciting. I got exactly what I wanted. This is exactly what I wanted, to be able to see the countdown happening. So while Kilo is doing its thing over here, we're gonna go to, I'm going to back to Gemini. I'm gonna ask a question because this was a question that was asked. What could we do if we wanted the timer / countdown to show up on OBS and be controlled from our you know what? There might be a way from our Stream Deck plugin. There might be a way, because if this is using HTML and Node and CSS and all that, there might be a way to get them to be ported across each other. I don't know. Because if it can deliver an HTML output, the classic streamer versus developer architectural choice, since you want the timer on OBS to match your cool designs and be controlled by the Stream Deck, you have two main paths. The Pro method browser source is an industry standard for this because it allows you to render the exact same progress rings in panic mode on your stream that you see on your button. Architecture is a local host overlay. Instead of trying to push pixels directly to OBS, your Stream Deck plugin becomes a tiny web server. The server plugin, your Node.js plugin, spins up a small WebSocket server using WS or Express. The view overlay, you create a generic overlay.html inside your plugin folder. This listens to the WebSocket. You press the button, plugin logic starts a timer, plugin emits that. The overlay.html and receives this and updates your own CSS. The Stream Deck plugin button in your hand updates its own Canva. So they're saying that we could use
lunch break.
We could do the architecture. The Pro method browser source is the industry standard for this because it allows you to render the exact same progress rings and panic modes on your stream that you see on your button. So we basically need a web server to do this. Like it's similar to how the other plugin works, right? I think we can do this next week. This doesn't seem like it's too far out of bounds to add, right? I don't want to do the quick and dirty alternative. I want it to be controlled by the. I think we could do it. I think we could do this. Do the web server, and then add the overlay The timer must emit tick, start, and stop events to all connected WebSockets, clients, the OBS overlay. Visual parity. The overlay should attempt to match a visual style selected in the property inspector. If ring is selected, the OBS layer draws a ring. I think we can do that. We're gonna try that next week. We're gonna try that next week. All right. Let's go back over to here real quick and see if we can get this to finish up. So we're trying to get the custom audio cues. I've implemented the request types, all of this. I'll verify the changes by running a build. It seems it's not a global path. The build shows several issues. Let's run that. Let's see. The build was successful. I verified that the code compiles correctly. All right, so let's close our Stream Deck plugin or the Stream Deck software and open it back up. If we go to this one, we go to, ew. This is better. I like this duration better than how it was before than just entering the seconds. If I say, so let's say I change this to countdown and I change this to 0 and I have 1, let's say 10. What about if I have an hour? Ooh, the hour doesn't show up over here. We'll fix that next week. So we need to be able to have it to like go into the hours space. But this one does work. Okay, that works. Go back to 0. And we want, this is hideous. They can make this look better. But let's say we do at 5 seconds. And the audio is going to be, let's go with that one. Q. Where'd you add it to? The look of this is hideous, so we have to definitely work on that one. What is this over here? Let's try that.
How dare we speak Merry Christmas?
So at 5 seconds, we should hear the gasp. Let's see if that's going to work. I'm not sure. It just looks weird. So that didn't work. So we'll work on that one next week. But everything else is working. So next week we will fix the hours spot. We need to get the hours working. Because let's say you want to set a whole stream timer. Let's say I don't want to stream for more than 2 hours. We put 2 hours there, so that's counting down as well. And then we can say, so next week our goal is, which is going to be on New Year's Day. Yeah, New Year's. Our first stream of the new year is going to be finishing this up. We'll have get the audio, like the custom cues working. We will get because I still want the 50% and 75%, the 50% and 25% to be configurable, but I also want to be able to specify like a 2-minute warning type of idea. Like what is the sound for 2-minute warning? Let me see. It's the 2-minute warning. Is there a sound for 2-minute warning? Not that I see. No worries. But yeah. But for the most part, it works great. I'm happy. I'm very, very happy with this. I'm going to configure my buttons today and make them look all nice and pretty and stuff. And then next week we'll push along on it. All right. All right. Let me check if there's anything in the chat. If not, all right. So let's see. Drew says, find out if the beloved brother Rod Brown is still, if he is still salty for bamboozling us. Beloved, are you there? Are you still there? Do you still feel salty for leading us astray? For misguiding us? I want to know too. I want to know too. All right. Let's get to our very, very last article, our last break before we head out for today, our final thoughts. So this one is Elon Musk, Jensen Huang. So Elon Musk, CEO of Tesla, Grok, SpaceX, X, all these companies, right? And Jensen Huang, the CEO of NVIDIA, so Musk endorses NVIDIA CEO, no task is beneath me philosophy. I definitely have to hear about this one. So let's jump into this article to see what they talking about. What they talking about. So this article is brought to us by ndtv.com. This one says, Elon Musk endorses NVIDIA CEO, no task is beneath me philosophy. Last year, Jensen Huang's LinkedIn profile came into the spotlight after many pointed out that he had listed his roles as a dishwasher, busboy, and waiter at Denny's between 1978 and 1983. If you have not listened to the Joe Rogan interview with Jensen Huang, it is a must listen to. He outlines how he got to the United States, where he grew up. I think he grew up in like Kentucky. When he came to the United States without his parents at first. Family was poor, and how he turned that all around, right? I think it was him and his brother were here first. Really good, really, really good story. Billionaire Elon Musk has shared an old video in which NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang spoke about work ethics and leadership. This thing. Musk says, hold on, endorsing his philosophy that no task was too small or too big, Musk wrote on X, "This is the way." Speaking at Stanford, why is this thing not showing more? Hold on. Why is it not showing more? Let me refresh. What's going on here? Why are you not showing me the rest of this article? What is going on? Hold on, maybe I need to. Okay, hold on. Let's say pause on this site. Why are we not showing the article? This is annoying. Hold up. Hold on. Technical difficulties. I don't know why it's not. Hold on. Some of these websites nowadays, all these ads, I tell you, that's what slows it down. It's all these stupid ads. Where is? See, look at that. Now we're getting ads. All right. Can we see more? Oh my God. You know what? We shall regroup on this because I really want to read this article, but it is not playing fair. We will review this article on Sunday because this stupid NDTV site, I'm going to see if I can find a better source for this article because the stupid NDTV site is not allowing me to see the full article for some, because they want to spam me, because they want to give me full of ads. It's not working fairly. So we're going to leave it at that for today. We will leave it at that. Sunday, I will get this article in a better spot, and then we'll review that, because this is going to be very, very important, right? About the mindset, no task being beneath me, always working, always being focused, all of that good stuff, right? But that's it. That is it. Let me check out the chat real quick. Magnetar says, "You mean lying?" My goodness. Lying. I don't mean lying. I don't mean lying. Says, whoa, I never knew that. I never said that now. Let me see. Are you talking about Rod Broad? You talking about Rod Broad lying? Not lying. Just slightly misleading. You know, I had my popcorn ready and everything, and it's like, hey, take this 15-minute video. Take this 15-minute video. Says, yes, he grew up in Kentucky in a small town, and they would send recordings. That's true. That is true. They would send recordings on cassette tapes once a month between them and their parents to keep each other updated on life. That is, I remember when I was growing up, we would call my grandma. My mom would call my grandma in Haiti, and they would just be sitting by the phone because it was so expensive to call. Like, there was no WhatsApp, there was none of that, right? The phone lines would barely work, so you might have to call like 3 or 4 times, hoping that it would get through. All right. So I remember those days. So Jinx and Huang, they were so poor they had to send cassette tapes to China. Was it China? I think his parents were from China, right? Send cassette tapes in order to communicate back and forth. That you are 100% right. You're 100% right. It says, a true American story for those who don't waste the American dream. Say it again, Junior. Says, great stream. Thank you so much, Junior.
I appreciate you.
Says, to his N equals benefit, he wasn't gonna come at all, so it was a plus. Cool. That is all right. That is everything. I am very disappointed that this last article didn't work out too well, but we will review it on Sunday, and I'll make sure it's working, and we'll go through, because I think it's going to be super duper important. Mindset. That is the theme for today on Christmas. Merry Christmas.
How dare we speak Merry Christmas?
How dare you?
All right. Mindset. Get the right mindset, get the right work ethics. Focus on experience, not just trying to be a pseudo intellectual. Focus on getting the necessary experience, the necessary work ethic, the necessary projects, so that you can be successful in whatever it is that you do. All right. We're gonna get out of here. We're gonna get out of here. Maggie says, N equals benefit. Are you doing math? I meant benefit. I thought that was a part of the story. All right, you guys have, so on our way out, do me a favor. TechWatch.dev. I'm gonna drop the link one more time in the chat in case anyone wants to claim there's limited spots. Anyone wants to claim the promo that I'm running, my Merry Christmas gift to you, go ahead and click on the link, get 3 months of the Patreon membership on yours truly, TechCoach Ralph. Let me see, is there anything in here? Let's drop it in there too. All right. But that's everything. TechCoach.dev, resumeflow.app, get your resume analyzed. Don't be applying for 400 jobs and not getting any traction. Go ahead and get your resume analyzed, see how well you match up to the job that you want, all of that good stuff. And if you need something to keep you going, to make sure that you're staying on track, thrive.techwatch.dev. I will send you an invite code if you request one. All right. Tomorrow, the bug bite, we're going to be reviewing ChatGPT being infiltrated to send people malware, all about generative engine optimization. We'll be back live on Sunday, all of that good stuff. But until then, my friends, my family, TechCoach Ralph, Before I go, one more time, Merry Christmas, everyone.
How dare we speak Merry Christmas?
TechCoach Ralph, we are out.
One more thing. Price of the brick going up.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Y'all thought the game was over. Y'all thought the game was over. We don't kneel the ball, man. We run the score up. Max pressure, let's go. Let's go. They was on the sideline, chatting on the timeline. Said I never break through, said I hit my decline. Said I didn't have a heart, said I didn't have a mind. Man, I'm about to lap them, leave them all behind. I saw them laughing, I saw them pointing. Now their faces twisted, looking disappointed. I don't feel no pity, I don't feel no care. I just feel the mission, I'm a grizzly bear. I'm a different monster, I'm a new machine. Fuel all the doubt, keep the engine clean. Every time I see them, every time they look, it's an extra rep. It's another hook, it's another jab, it's another play. Till they understand, we don't come to play, we just come to win. We just come to dominate. You can see the future, we the ones that nominated for the whole thing. We want all the smoke, we want all the rings. This is not a joke, we apply the pressure to the pipes burst. We was in the back, now we coming first. We gon' run it up, we gon' make them hurt. Max pressure, next pressure. Run the score up, no mercy. Tear the floor up.
See a hater, we go harder. 1 second on the clock, we just started.
Max pressure, run the score up, no pity. Tear the floor up.
They don't like it, tell them so what? We applying pressure till they all fold up.
1 second on the clock and we up by 40. I'ma call the play, I'ma tell them go for it. This ain't for the sport, this ain't for the statement. Show them we the ones that's running the pavement. We don't want a piece, man, we want the whole pie. We want the touchdown when the game should die. We want the home run when we up by 10. We gon' swing the bat again and again. Crush the competition till there's nothing left. We don't care about who we have bereft. There's a hustle takeover, this a full court press. Put them on the stretcher, leave a bigger mess. They gon' wear the white flag, we gon' run right through it. They ask me why I do it, cause you said I couldn't do it. Now I'm on the gas, and I cut the brakes. I will not be stopped, whatever it takes. We want all the wins, we want all the glory. We the only ones that's gon' write the story. We want it all, we ain't about to share. Maximum pressure, we don't fight fair. We don't fight fair, we don't fight fair, we don't fight fair. Max pressure, run the score up, no mercy. Tear the floor up.
See a hater, we go harder. 1 second on the clock, we just started.
Max pressure, run the score up, no pity. Tear the floor up.
They don't like it, tell them so what? We applying pressure till they all fold up. They call me queen, but I'm really the whole team. Running this track, blowing off all the steam. You're looking tired, I ain't even break a sweat. This is max pressure, is it in your head? Yeah. Ha. I don't see no competition, I just see the prey. I'ma eat them all up, call it a buffet. You can see I'm shaking, you can see I'm scared. Cause they know my drive, they know I'm prepared. This ain't for the weak, this ain't for the soft. I'm the one who's blasting off like a rocket launch. Haters on the ground, looking like ants. While I'm in the end zone, doing my dance. Watch me run the score up, it's the only way to play. Put them in the dirt, get them out the way. No pity, no remorse, no second thought. This is for the win that I went and bought. With the blood, with the sweat, with the time I spent. Now you looking stupid for the day you in and land. I'm the final boss on the last touchdown. I'm the home run swing when the game's downtown. 1 second left, I'ma take the shot. Cause I'd rather die than give up what I got.